nothing but All-Star Game and a little Dennis Wideman. I'm here with Jeff the Huffman. Let's start this off in the crease style. Yeah, everybody, what happening? It's All-Star Weekend. Everybody's exciting. What a hell of a storyline do we got with this John Scott article dropping yesterday. I didn't know what to go with yesterday, either Wideman or Scott. I probably could have won with either, and I win all the time. I'm like Donald Trump. It's unbelievable. Just winning. I don't even have to show up and I win, Jeff Huffman. Well, speaking of the All-Star Games, we're going to be taking your call, 718-395-7660. You have anything to talk about the All-Star Game, or add us to contacts and call us Scott from the Point. One word, for free, but let me let you know when I'm ready to take calls in the chat or right here online. You ready to do this, Jeff Huffman?
Let's do this.
Yeah. The All-Star Game, the only interesting All-Star Game maybe ever. I mean, the NHL making things 3-on-3, making it the world versus the NHL or North America, or Chara versus John Tavares, or whatever they're doing year to year. This screw-up with John Scott, I predict, will get the NHL's biggest rating in the modern era, because people are
furious.
Keep
his jerseys on the shelves.
You can't keep the jerseys on the shelves, and it just shows you an offensive output is not necessarily selling the game. Analytics is not selling the game. Storylines sell the game, and there is no greater story when the man screws the little man, and he's able to overcome.
Talk about over halfway through.
Yeah, I know. This is the biggest story. I hate to say this is the biggest story.
These are the two biggest stories throughout the whole year.
This might be the biggest story we ever covered. That's including Stanley Cups. It's so funny how the National Hockey League just backed into this whole thing. They backed into it. I mean, everything they do, including this emphasis on goals, which I don't understand. Hey, I got news.
What more goals make the goalie's pads smaller? There you go.
I don't even... that's been done before. When I was a kid, they did that. Nothing they do works as far as promoting the game, because they don't go for the simple route. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Hockey's violent. You sell the violence. You sell the fighting. You sell the hitting. That's what people want to see. You know, I mean, I know quarterbacks are beloved in football, but our heroes are the linemen. And the rough stuff, the hits is what sells football, although you can't breed in a quarterback. I don't know why hockey is so afraid of selling a tough guy. I mean, it doesn't make a lick of sense.
Just the society we live in now, everybody's so soft.
But, you know, I get, but that's fear of the media, not fear of the people. You know what I mean? That's fear of the media. That's not fear of people. Because, I mean, you know, take a wild example. You know, 10 years ago, a movie called Super Size Me came out. It was about how horrible McDonald's are. The guy ate McDonald's for 30 days
I saw
straight.
it so many times throughout middle school and high school.
It's so it's the stupidest thing ever. I know
you eat McDonald's, you're going to get fat and possibly die.
And I think it was a misleading documentary, because it's just this is something like, really, people didn't know this, but it was portrayed in such a way. And then after that, the McDonald's has taken on this political campaign. I compared this to the concussion madness, to make their stuff more healthy. The franchise is in serious trouble. The easy route would be, we're bad for you, don't eat us every day. Guess what? Hockey could be bad for you. You could sell it. But, you know, these are consenting adults agreeing to have fisticuffs. And I got to be honest with you, I'd rather take a hit. I'd rather not. I mean, I bet hits cause more concussions than actual blows to the head. I mean, Jesus, getting hit. You don't even have to get hit in the head to get a concussion with the whiplash you can get with somebody lining you up.
Well, yeah, every time you get hit, I mean, it still rattles your head.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to take a direct shot.
No, you don't. I mean, it's nuts. I don't understand why the NHL just shies away from this, and they just make up. Well, I mean, they backed into this. I think there's going to be some eyes in the NHL. People are going to go nuts when John Scott's there. They're going to go crazy. They're going to
be scores.
You know what? I bet there'd be a little bit of a rebellion from the players. John Scott reported.
I was thinking the same thing.
You were thinking the same thing. I was thinking the exact same thing. They're going to feed him. They're going to feed him left and right. And I'll tell you why. I made a guess with one of my videos during this whole thing that I guessed that John Scott's teammates were encouraging him to do this, right? And according to his article, they were, but he was cooperating with the NHL and saying, hey, I got teammates that are a little more deserving than I am. It was when they made a comment about his kids. And
yeah, that's drawing the line.
But that's the thing. Like, how is that going to, like, what genius said that? How is that going to, like, let's say this was right. Let's say the guy was right on the money, and the kids will grow up and say, Daddy, you went to the All-Star game. That's horrible. I'm so ashamed. I'm never telling my friends. I'm changing my name. Who thought that would have the intended result? Greg Wyshynski started this, not John Scott. And he didn't embrace it immediately. I didn't know that until yesterday. I didn't know that he didn't embrace this immediately. So his teammates say, screw the league. So they're going to feed him now. And it's going to be this whole thing is a big FU to the league. And if I had to guess, the reason Scott wrote this article, because he knows damn well he's never putting another NHL uniform on again. Either he's thinking of retirement or he knows they're going to pay him back, which is unbelievable. And it just shows that, Jake Link said this in Facebook earlier, for some of the most approachable athletes in sports, the only guys I would put above them is WWE guys. They have some of the most ruthless, sick, and disgusting management. And that management is even good at selling their product. They backed into this. Are you excited about this, Jeff Huffman?
I'm definitely interested to see what happens.
It's going to be great. I don't think it's going to matter much that Oldie's not there. This is bigger than anything they could have done.
Oh, yeah.
We've had Oldie there before. We've had Oldie and Ovechkin there before. They're not selling this game. This narrative, this storyline, this explosion. I got people that live in Europe are like, this is screwed up. I got Irish guys that live down the street from me. I'm buying a John Scott jersey. Oh, guess you can't. This is the best thing. And it happened all by accident. And I'm sure there's going to be a few people, well, they did this on purpose. This is a master plan. I got to be honest with you. These jackasses aren't that smart. Take your tinfoil hat off.
Yeah, just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you're smart.
No. The simple route is
people are born into the money, married into the money.
Yeah. It's
simple first grade math. They do 1 million plus 1 million is 2 million.
Yeah. I was watching an interview with Gary Bettman a couple years ago with I can't get the Canadian guy's name. His name is George Damalamolopoulos or whatever. He's a Greek guy. And I think he's now on Hockey Night in Canada. He's like the Generation X cool guy that wears an earring and has cool hair, and he's been moved to hockey Night in Canada. And he was interviewing Gary Bettman, and they said, you turn the league from a 10 or 20 or it was just like a $200 million league into a $2 billion league, and so you're not really doing a terrible job. And I was talking to my dad. He says that's nothing to brag about. That's about consistent with inflation. So
right.
And I've been a bit of a defender of Gary Bettman. I know that's like the wrong route to take if you want to make friends in the NHL fan community, because I think some of the things he's done, including Canadians don't like to hear this, try to save teams in Canada. It wasn't his fault the economy took a dump in Winnipeg and Quebec City, took off. That wasn't his fault. It was the economic situation that he inherited. And he's done the overexpansion. I wouldn't agree with that, but it was worth the effort. I don't think everything Gary Bettman has done is wrong, but he's certainly
not. It's certainly not bad like the NFL. So
yeah, but the NFL makes tons and tons of dough. Gary is sticking up for the team. He's fighting this lawsuit, unlike Roger Goodell. Now that you bring up the NFL, but this really cuts deeper to me than anything rotten or wrong or mistake he made in the past. And I hold him accountable. I hold him accountable for two reasons. A, the Phoenix Coyotes reaction. You're seeing black helicopters. You're all crazy. This was, And then Gary Bettman saying, I thought he was going to be there all along. Why wasn't the press release immediate?
Right.
You could have tweeted it. John's going to be there. Everybody shut up. That's not what happened. And according to John Scott, who I trust a lot more than I trust any management figure or any team owner or anybody that has anything to do with the NHL, I trust him a lot more. So I believe them. I'm not seeing black helicopters. You're a bunch of rotten fuckers. And Don Maloney, Screw you. You were a player once. You know better. That's the way I feel about it. And where'd Terry had to go? Terry. Guy's been heading to the say. Have a great weekend. Much love. It's funny. Terry's Winnipeg Jets. Do you know that Dustin Byfuglien is going to be in the skating?
Yeah. When I think of speed, I don't necessarily think Dustin Byfuglien, but hey.
Yeah, I do think of speed. I think of the speed his opponents hit the ice with. That's the only thing when that
the velocity the other player flies in the air.
That was a much better word. That's what I think of when I think of the Buffland. I should really clip that Dustin Byfuglien clip, shouldn't I? Of Pierre McGuire when he's completely obsessed with him. Dustin Byfuglien. I like Dustin Byfuglien too. Byfuglien will be in there. Well. In fact, yeah, you want to talk about who's going to be where and what and when? I think I got the whole thing right here. Let me pop it up on the screen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 Chrome. That's what I'm going to say. Here we go. In the Bridgestone fastest skater, we got Dylan Larkin, Detroit Red Wings. I got my Red Wings jersey on today just to piss you off, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let's see. We get the Dylan Larkin, Brendan Saad, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Saad's very happy. He was talking about it on Twitter this morning.
That's probably the only thing that's going to make him happy.
Yeah, I'll say.
Clearly,
Erik Karlsson
over there.
Erik Karlsson's going to be there. The smooth skating styles of Erik Karlsson. Of the Ottawa Senators.
The right wing that plays defense.
The right wing that plays defense. The reincarnation of Phil Housley. Speaking of Winnipeg Jets. Chris Letang of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Shows you how good he is. He's really
one of the only two functioning organs on the Pittsburgh Penguins. You got the heart with Chris Letang, and you got the balls with Malkin.
Yeah, you go. You know, I tell you something. In their losing efforts this year, the Pittsburgh Penguins have become more likable because you have two guys on there fighting to keep them afloat, and the stupid star of the game, the star of the game, who never finds a way to show up. Of course, this year it definitely wasn't his fault. That brings up another thing. I'm going to run this by you. The Outsider Sports is asking this question. I'm going to ask you this question, Jeff Huffman. Is it appropriate for the NHL to suspend players for skipping All-Star games? Your opinion.
Well, I think it kind of is because they got to do something. Otherwise, it's going to end up like the Pro Bowl in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Where, I mean, you got the Pro Bowl with the NFL going on this weekend, and since it's before the Super Bowl now, I mean, you're eliminating the two teams of players, right off the bat there. And I think this year it comes out to like 14 players, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong. But I forget who it was they were mentioning. I forget who it was. I think it might have been a quarterback. Whoever was like nominated to be a Pro Bowler at the quarterback position, he was like the 6th reserve or something like that.
So he wasn't even an all-star.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Now, I think the NHL players, and I believe Obi that he's hurt. I don't think he's skipping this for a minute, obviously.
Obi and Taze?
Yeah. Oh, Taze is out now too?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No, I completely missed it.
Yeah, Taze is out. They said Taze is sick.
I don't think he'd do this. I don't think he'd do it either. I mean, he was a big. He got that draft.
Wasn't he just taken out of the game the other night against Carolina?
I didn't. I just must have missed it.
They're saying that he's sick and he's not playing in the All-Star game, so he's gonna have to miss the first game back.
I don't like that. I mean,
the NHL's got to do something to try to keep its star players in the All-Star game, so to speak. Otherwise, it's going to turn into the NFL, where you got the 4th string guy making the team.
In the Pro Bowl, it's the only thing watched less than the Pro Bowl, NFL Pro Bowl, only thing watched less than the All-Star game. It's I honestly didn't know that. That's kind of shocking. Trix Cope is reporting. He's a Buffalo Sabres fan. He's reporting that Scott is in the hardest shot competition. I didn't see that.
That should be.
Let me see this.
That should be. I haven't seen anything for the Western Conference put up yet. Okay. I've just seen Eastern.
Let's take a look at this. Honda Breakaway Challenge. Brendan Sott will be in that as well. Yevgeny Kuznetsov, who's a replacement for Alexander Ovechkin.
These are all Eastern Conference guys here,
yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, they're right. PK Subban, Corey Schneider.
PK Subban.
That's a good point. Ben Bishop, Chris Letang. Left-handed shooters. Yeah, this is basically just the East.
No, it is the East. I don't think they've released anything for the West yet. At least I haven't seen anything.
Let's do a quick Google search right now. I'm doing this right now. I'm doing it live for you and yours. Here we go.
Groundbreaking news here. You only find.
Yeah, you're only going to find it right there. Like when I missed when Wideman was suspended during our show yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll be going over that in a little bit. No, you're right. I only got it. The NHL's only released the East. Unless Trix Cobra, are you still listening? You want to give me a shout on Twitter? I'm going to turn my Twitter on right now. As you can see here.
They just put up the West.
They just put up the West. You got a link? Because I'd like to read that off. I'd like to check that out.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Well, if any of you guys got that, you can tweet at me at Tommy C SFTP. You're not going to be able to do it in the chat because it kills links automatically. I have nothing to do with that. Hello to Nicholas, Bambetta, Babacha, Nick, Germinator Deb, Trix Cobra, and Calvin Acosta. Let's go Rangers! Not this week, though. Yavano Flora, we've seen him before. Her, yeah, I hope that's a guy's name. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just ignorant. What's going on? Matt Ernie, good man. Mr. Matt Ernie. And, yep, a lot of the regulars in there in the chat. Type away. Deb, you should cheer for your team. I don't know. What are they talking about in there? No, they just put up the Western Conference. Somebody tweet me that. Like, take a look at it. Let's go back over the East real quick, and let's just get through this. That's the NHL. The DraftKings accuracy shooting. Jonathan Tavares, put your money on him. Patrice Bergeron. Claude Giroux. Evgeny Malkin. Malkin or Tavares I got there, by the way. That's what I think. The one-timer challenge, Aaron Ekblad. Be nice to see him in a skills competition. This is all for the East. Eric Carlson, Steve Stamkos. I got Stamkos on that. Your one-timer passers are Bergeron. Mid-net passers, Nicholas Backstrom. Puck control relay will be Justin Falk. Stick handling will be Claude Giroux. And goalie goals, Brendan Holtby. One-timer left-hand shooters, McDonough.
I believe Justin Falk has the most power play goals in the league.
Really? Well, he's having a hell of a season this year. Well-deserved All-Star.
Well, yeah, he's a great player. It's a shame he plays in Carolina.
Yeah, it is a shame. It's a shame they can't get on their feet. There's a lot of talent still in Carolina. Maybe we got this right here. No, that was old school Matt. Nobody tweeted it to me yet, unfortunately. But thanks for tweeting the show. Like and share. Show you care. Do appreciate that. And the shootout, this is getting boring. I want to see the West. I want to know that John Scott's in the skills competition. I don't know that he even has a good shot. Break some glass.
We're gonna find out.
Better break some glass with him. All right, the NHL players, they're actually in a media event right now. It's from 10:30 to 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. No, I guess that's over now. John Scott was there. He was in the building. And he held this. He told the media, "Hang on, I got to take a picture of this because obviously the cameras are all surrounding him. He is the all-star that basically everybody has to see because of the story narrative going into this with the screw job with the Vince McMahon or Vince Bettman. That's what we're gonna call him.
Montreal screw job part 2.
Yeah, Vince Bettman. With the screw job, and he pulled out his camera and he says, "Look, I got to take a picture of you guys." And from his perspective, which was real cool. I saw that picture. Adrian Data had that. Adrian Datter, he's a reporter for the Bleach Report, and he's in a long-time Colorado Avalanche dude. Man, nobody's sending me this, huh? David S., what's happening? And so they did their little media thing before. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Competitions include fast skater, breakout. Okay, so the skills competition, which I think most people would agree is the biggest highlight of the whole night. Skills competition is tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. I haven't decided if we're going on the air before that. I think we might. You think that's a good idea? Just do pregame and postgame the whole weekend?
I don't know.
My daughter's not here. I don't see why not. All right. Did we get some tweets yet? Those are my Twitter going off. Here we go. Top hockey news reporter liked you. Well, thank you very much, Top Boris. Here we go. Somebody sent me. Oh, won't let me retweet. Yeah, won't let me retweet my own damn tweet. That's bizarre.
It's not on NHL yet.
It's not on NHL yet. Hold on. Did we get something? Trying. I can't, for some reason, open any links here. And I got to get this. No, it's the link's already broken, the one that Deb sent me. The skater participants, I guess this is a Western Conference. Skater Roman Josi, Matt Duchene, Taylor Hall, and Dustin Byfuglien. I'm just going to retweet that. I'm going to favorite that tweet just so I can remember it one day.
Wait, Roman Josi, Dustin Byfuglien,
Hall, and Duchene, according to Dev in Texas.
Okay.
That's good stuff. Great. I got to stick them somewhere. I want to know that John Scott's there. God, can you imagine?
Why wouldn't you have Dustin Byfuglien in hardest shot?
I don't know. Because somebody's got to put John Scott somewhere, I guess. Yeah. I suppose. Let's see what else we got going on. That seems to be about it. All right, 718-395-7660. Open the phone lines. 718-395-7660. You got anything to talk about NHL-wise, Dennis Wideman-wise? I don't care. Now we will be taking your calls. So we'd be happy to take your calls to talk about just about anything hockey-related. What are you looking forward to besides the 3-on-3?
Well, John Scott, obviously. Want to see him. I'd love to see him put the puck in the net. But just like every other All-Star game every year for the NHL, the skills competition. Really.
It's really the only thing worth watching. But there is a chance that the game might be interesting this year, or at least entertaining.
There is a chance.
There we go. Debbie's got them all coming in. NHL Breakaway Western Conference Challenge. James Neal, Matt Duchene, Brent Burns, and Jonathan Quick as the goalie, of course. Here we go. Western Conference DraftKings accuracy shooting. Patrick Kane, put it in the books. Kane's going to win that.
Yeah, they win.
Pavelski, Corey Perry, who should be nowhere near this team this year. John Scott's been
He's got 20 goals.
He is turning it around, I suppose.
Ducks have won 10 of their last 14 also.
They have?
Huh. Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention to them. I actually already put them in the dustbin. Forgot about them. Jamie Benn, Drew Doughty, and your man, Vladimir Tarasenko. Is this his first trip to the All-Star game? Or did he make it last year?
I made it last year. Remember him? Remember Elliott took the selfie?
Oh, yeah. He probably got it. He probably got that damn All-Star thing for what he did to damn Henrik Lundqvist. He turned him into a knot and handed him his jockstrap and say, please, throw this in the wash.
That wasn't the first time he did that this year. I think he did it to Talbot also.
Yeah, well, that's
did it to both of them, I think.
Was it Talbot he did it to, or?
No, I know he did it to Talbot.
Yeah,
I know he did it to Talbot.
I think I uploaded that clip. That clip's actually on their accuracy. I want to know who hardest shot. I want this confirmed. Hardest shot. I want to know John Scott is there. How come? Well, Byfuglien, I guess you can be in 2 events. You know.
Yeah, Saad's in 2 events.
Yes, he's in 2 events. All right, let's talk about. It looks like we got a call. We'll put that on hold. We got the Germinator calling in from Montreal. Germinator, you're on the line.
Fagny. Google it.
I did try to Google it. I didn't get it. I tried to Google it. Nothing came up. Deb sent me a link. That link's broken. Twitter NHL status for some reason that's broken. And then she's tweeted the individuals.
I just refreshed. Yeah, country music star set for NHL All-Star Spotlight.
So to give you a reference, Tommy, you know the Vezina Trophy?
Of course I do.
So the Vezina Trophy was named for the goalie that coming from my town, Chicoutimi. Chicoutimi.
Chicoutimi? Did I say that right?
Yeah. If you Google it or if you go to Wikipedia, you will read all the story for Vezina, and you will see that he was coming from here. He played for the Canadian and blah, blah, blah. I think you know the rest.
So an Italian guy came out of French Canada to get the Vezina Trophy. Did he speak French? Or was he...
Oh, yeah. He speaks French. He was a French-Canadian. He was born in Chicoutimi. He played for the junior team in the whole 19 years, 1900. And he played for the Canadian. He gave them the first Stanley Cup, and he was a star. That's why they named a trophy after him. He was the first star of the team, or something like that, or pretty close of that. And that's a little history about the Vezina Trophy. Some
history, fast fact from the man, the myth, the legend. My favorite trophy story is the Lady Bing story. They got so many. The guy won the award so many times. They just gave him the original silverware.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here you go. You own this. And that's
so. Tell me, I make a deal with Deb, and I changing my team. Now I cheering for the Blackhawks.
Why? Well, we
get some originality here. I mean,
you can't do that. What's the matter with you?
I can do that. Certainly, I can do that. I have Sox, man. They are worse than the Maple Leaf. I mean, come on.
Right. Yeah, it is. Well, maybe they should bring John Scott up, and then it can, kind of
turn their season around.
Yeah, wouldn't that be?
You wish.
I tell you something. If they could bring in, if they brought in an enforcer, and that turned the damn team around, that would be the end of this running enforcers out of the league. Here's the whole thing.
I will believe you, but there is not just one fact, and it starts at the beginning of the season when they give him a big contract. Our number one center is Tomáš Plekanec, man. I mean, for real, it's our number one center. Yeah. I mean, compare that to other teams, any teams. I mean, Chicago, of course, you're going to go with Tays, so that's not, but you see what I mean? I mean, Tomáš Plekanec to pass to Max Pacioretty, that is a good player. He is a number one player, but Tomáš Plekanec, our number one centerman, for real. I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, so, I don't know. I just enjoy watching you guys lose. It's just it gives me a special feeling. Like, Habs fans call it like, "What do you think you could do?" I was like, "Well, keep doing what you're doing. It makes me laugh."
Yeah. Shut up. No, but you know what? I think we should bring all the players in the American League.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Just do a flip.
It's not gonna be worse.
Yeah. Yeah. One of those guys is bound to be good. That's true. All right, I'm gonna bring some other people on. You're the man, Jarm.
Yeah, and you know who's the man?
Who's the man?
Jack Eichel.
Jack Eichel. Well, soon it's gonna be Connor McDavid again. Jack Eichel. You really love that.
Yeah.
You really love that, Jack.
I hope Connor McDavid will be a rising star. I really hope.
You really love that Jack Eichel video I did, didn't you?
Yeah, I really do.
You really did. All right.
Each time I'm hoping to be blow up because of that, but it
Jack
doesn't work.
No.
I don't know.
You're patting the host in his back. I actually like it a lot. Yeah, I really appreciate it. All right, brother, man. Enjoy the All-Star game. Hope you watch it. You got to watch it, even though you're pissed off at them. You have to watch it. We got to see what happens.
Have a nice weekend, guys.
You too, man. Take care.
You too.
I'm going to see if we had a new caller call in when he was in. I'm going to see if I can get him back on the line by giving him a call. No, here we go. I got Nick calling in.
Yes.
Mr. Nick, how are you, sir?
I'm good. You?
I'm very good. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Montreal.
We got another Frenchie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's on your mind? By the way, I love your icon right there. Okay. That is the greatest picture. If Carey Price wins the Stanley Cup, and I have no doubt in my mind one day he will, okay? It will never live up to the picture that you have right there of him smoking a Marlboro outside his truck.
No, the thing is with that, I took it from your show that time when they showed it.
Oh, really? So it's your
I took like a screenshot of it, and I just put it.
I could probably get you the original. All you have to do is Carey Price smoking on Google and then hit images. That all being said, what's going on, Nick?
You can't see it. I'm gonna Google it real quick.
What's up, bud? What's on your mind?
Not really. Just looking forward to the All-Star game, even though there's been all this talk about John Scott.
How do you feel about that? No judgment here. I mean, what do you think? Does it make the All-Star game a joke? Or are you angry at the league? Or you just don't care one way or another?
No, I find it's good for the game. I know it's a thing, it's something new.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
I'm really excited actually to go check it out.
And, if they're losing Tays and Ovechkin, this is going to put them over. I honestly believe they're going to learn something, especially with the two biggest stars in the games not being there. They're going to learn that it's not about goals. It's about story narratives, and it's about promoting the players. Like I said, they backed into this. You can't get this kind of press any other way. It's good for the game. And you're a good Canadian boy, and you like to see I imagine you like to see a little dance on the ice once in a while, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's good. It's part of hockey,
Yeah, it's part. Did you do a little dancing when you were a younger man, or maybe you still do?
Nah, not really.
Yeah,
I almost got into a dance the other day on the street. But other than that,
was some tabernacle giving you a hard time, brother?
No, it's I don't know if I should say it.
Yeah. With the M word. Yeah.
Yeah, with the M word. Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody from the Middle East was giving you a hard time, I would imagine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, always defend yourself. Never. Don't bother with them. Make sure they fuck with you first. Then fuck them up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. We got a lot of it. Well, one of the guys on my show, Matt, he's Middle Eastern as well, and he's a great guy. But
okay.
Are you getting a lot of refugees over there? Just off topic a little bit.
Yeah, kind of am. I'm not really excited about it.
Just wondering. I don't think anybody is.
No.
The way I look at it, it's like this. I understand why they're coming. I'd want to get out too. But you got to play by our rules in the West. That's the way I see it. And I think most of them want to, and then you ran into somebody who doesn't.
Yeah.
You get a dance in the street. Man, I would like to see that. Put that there. Put it on there. All right, man. I'm gonna jump off. Listen, I hope you call back. I hope you like, sub, and share, brother. Hope you see you around soon.
Okay, but one other thing.
Sure.
Before I'm the guy, Nicholas Bumbaka.
Oh, you're Nick.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's me.
That's you. You're French too?
Well, I'm not French. I'm Italian.
You're wait. Are you? Where do you live?
I live in Montreal near Saint Leonard. I don't know if you know that.
You're the fire. Are you the? You're not the firefighter. No, you're not. That's
No. I'm just a 17-year-old kid.
Oh, are you an immigrant? Or did your family move from Italy?
No, my grandparents were from Italy and they immigrated here.
Oh, okay. So you're like Italian, like I'm Irish. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
You're North American, like the rest of us. All right. Do you consider yourself French Canadian, or you consider yourself Italian?
I consider myself more Italian because I could speak the language and.
Oh, you're from yeah, that's true. I dated an Italian girl, almost married her too.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I know. You already want to punch me just because I said I dated an Italian girl. You guys are awful. You fucking brothers and the fathers. You guys are terrible. You make everybody miserable.
Yeah, that's it.
He goes, you dated my daughter? You do something wrong? I'm gonna smack you in the face.
Yeah, that is exactly that.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Take care, Nick. Nick.
Yep.
We have the Syrian. We have the Syrian guy that lives near Montreal. That's a Habs fan that doesn't speak French and gets picked on.
Hey, the hell with WWE. This is the real League of Nations.
Yeah. And then we got the Italian who is living in French Canada that has a very thick French Canadian accent. It's just wild. Go figure. Nicholas McCall, I'm glad you guys called in. Taking more calls if you want. But in the meantime, actually, let's shut down the calls for a second. I'm not going to take any calls till after 12. We got a little problem with the video about Dennis Wideman. You want to tell me how that went? And well, first of all, tell me what you made the video about.
It was essentially the exact same thing you did on In the Crease yesterday, and the results, like and dislike wise, polar opposites.
Yeah.
Polar opposites.
Well, were you calling people dummies if they? Because I left it open both ways.
I did this right before I went to the gym, before I went to class, so I was in a rush when I was doing it. So I just basically laid my opinion down, and in my opinion, I'm in the exact same boat as you. I don't think that Wideman's a sociopath. I think he was extremely dazed by the hit, and he couldn't see where he was going, and he didn't see he woke up at the last second, and when that happens, I mean, hey, what would your reaction be if you just woke up and you got something large flying right in front of your face? What's your natural reaction going to be? My bets are you're going to throw your hands up.
Yeah, throw your hands up. It doesn't look good because it looks like he launches into the back of his head.
Right.
But I have had a concussion, and I know it's difficult to you can be completely blurry. I mean, it's like looking through the.
I told you this story in the chat yesterday. When I was like 14, I got blindsided at open ice and did a 360 in midair also. Yeah. And my first instinct was, skate to the bench.
Mm-hmm.
But as I was skating to the bench, all I saw was white. I could not see a thing.
Anything.
I could not see a thing. If someone would have been skating right in front of me, I would have ran right into him. I wouldn't have seen him. I almost fell over the bench. That's wild. Straight ran into the bench.
I remember the super blurry. Well, I mean, you probably saw white. It's a reflection of the ice. I remember super blurry and not being able to see in front of me. But I mean, I think is that what you're saying though? Like, was it he was blurry? He had a pretty good idea where the bench was. He was straight in that direction, and maybe that blur starts to dissipate, and then you just see a body in front of you. And
exactly.
And maybe he didn't know that body wasn't a guy streaming down the ice with a puck.
No, because I wasn't. It took me a second until I got off the ice to kind of regather myself.
Just to get a good laugh at this, I got your video right here. You can get an idea like what Jeff's talking about. 13,000 views. Congratulations. 13,000 views. 6 likes.
Yeah.
29 dislikes. What is that? What is that like? Oh, you know what I'm going to do?
With the exception of, I mean, there was a couple idiots on there, and if I had to guess, they never played a sport before, let alone stepped on the ice. To know what that's like. But I mean, pretty much all the interaction I got on there. I mean, I completely support the other side. I mean, it's very possible he is a sociopath and he just, mollywopped him in the back of the head.
Well, you know what the thing that gets me, Jeff? It's just like, all
right, I completely support the people who have that.
Yeah,
it's very possible.
But
unless
here's the thing,
Scarlett
Jeff.
Johansson from the movie Lucy.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't read minds.
It doesn't make sense though. Because if he was what was he angry about to wipe a referee out? Okay, he was angry that he didn't get the call on the hit. First of all, it was a clean hit. He made no signal to the referee like he was angry or anything. Like, did you miss that or anything? He skates towards the bench and then just explodes. I mean, I tell you something. And another thing is, if you see the GIF that was floating around Twitter, you only see the point where he just bashes the referee in the back. If you watch the entire clip, he gets up, looks dazed, waves his hand in front of his face, and then it happens. They ran it over here in Germany, and it's only him bashing him in the back of the head. It doesn't tell the whole story. It's the Rodney King video of hockey. Is what it is. They always leave the first part out. Some people are coming around here. Keith, I can't say his last name. I don't know. Are you kidding me? You see Wideman step right into extend his arms forcefully. Certainly he did. My opinion is that Wideman should be suspended for the rest of the season. If I thought he did this, I think he should be gone for life. That's the way I feel. I don't accept this stuff. In fact, look at the video 7 times. You see Wideman had his hockey on, had his hand on his left. At the last minute, he puts his hand delivered. It says, "It was my initial opinion. It was it was intentional in my opinion." You can make the argument both ways.
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's that was basically every one of my replies.
Yeah.
Except for the guy who had the grammar of a preschooler, and I dealt with that, which that made me laugh. But
no, let's say this. I like your grammar correct.
It's the guy that calls me an idiot. The only one that called me an idiot out of all those.
I got it right here. I got it right. It was intentional, you idiot. He turned and cross-checks him.
No, intentionally. It was intentionally.
And it was intentionally, you idiot. Yeah, I don't even read it right. He turned and cross-checks him. He was side by side with him. It's Matt. Error code 4263. Please submit your opinion insults again. Then you can show your grammar has reached the first grade level. That being said, have you ever been hit by a world-class athlete skating 30 miles per hour? I've been there, and if you get hit the right way, it messes you up. Don't know what grammar you are talking about. And that's all that needs to be said. I am not one being. I have horrible dyslexia problems, and
and that's not helping you.
No, it's not. No, it doesn't. It's like, but I would never do that. I would actually go back and go, oh fuck. Here's the thing. For people out there that want to argue that have dyslexia or lazy fucks, when you get nailed with the grammar thing, you're stupid because your grammar. By the way, that's an ad hominem attack. If your grammar's bad, doesn't mean your argument's wrong. What is it? That's ad hominem kubiku or something like that. It's false. It's like if Jeff is arguing about abortion, right? And I said, well, your sister had an abortion. How could you be for abortion? Well, that's an ad hominem attack. It's the French word for it. It doesn't mean he's wrong. It just means his sister had an abortion. So this is basically if you're arguing, if somebody makes that attack, fix your grammar and ignore the attack. That's the best thing to go. Don't say I don't know what you're talking about and then write it was intentionally, you idiot. And this is coming from a guy that does this a lot. I do it a lot.
Yeah, but you don't try, and you don't care.
Germinator. Well, I think, look, okay, let's take Germinator and Frenchie Ben. All right, Frenchie Ben's a little better, but Frenchie Ben has a job that he has to be better. We're not gonna say what it is. I try to check my grammar on Google when I'm not sure. Yeah, that's fine. And sometimes it doesn't work because it depends on your there are, and there, too. And I think if you're talking to a person that English isn't their first language, maybe you should give them a break. I don't know. But that's funny. It's probably some entitled prick, David S. That was great. Well, I only got 4 dislikes.
I was going to say something, but I'll hold back.
Well, why? For me? You can make fun of me. I don't give a shit.
No, the guy that called me an idiot.
Yeah, well, he's a big dummy. You can go read that on Jeff's page.
Besides big.
Yeah. There may be a little aggravation with your title, and I have this problem too.
What do you got?
Well, the title could be considered misleading, but you are talking about what happened. I like to put a little logo in there. That might be part of it. 12,000. That's funny. Do you have any copyrighted music in there?
No, I actually used the clip from YouTube.
Okay, then I can't do it.
And I also threw in I said something at the end where at least with him cross-checking the ref now, he won't be remembered for this anymore. Did you ever see Wideman failing in the shootout?
No. What's? Oh, that's right. He'll be married. Oh, that's right.
When he was with the Blues.
That's a good point. Let's put Debbie on. Good timing, Debbie. What's up?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes. What's happening?
Yep.
Okay. You seriously did not know Taves was sick?
I missed it. I'm running around taking care of my wife by watching her sleep on the couch. I didn't start reading about hockey until 2 hours. Well, I did the video this morning, the coffee show, where I kind of plugged the show and talked a little about John Scott. And that was basically going on the information I got yesterday. I didn't know Wideman was suspended, actually, until after the show yesterday. And I didn't crack an NHL website until about 2 hours before I went on. And it was all All-Star. Did it not show up in the Puck Daddy feed? How did I miss it?
No, it did, but it was kind of muted because of the whole Dennis Wideman thing.
Yeah. Well, can you give me a break? I'm not a pro.
I'm not accusing you of anything. It was just okay.
You just can't believe it. Well, because I'm always on it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I tell you something. In about 3 weeks, I'm gonna have to, put the suspend the channel. I don't, because of the baby coming. I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna have to suspend for a little while because I want to see how that works out.
Yeah, that's all right. The way this season's going, we won't have 2 big stories until the end of the season.
You gotta admit, though. I mean, when I said the NHL is boring, it was almost at the point that I said that when things started getting better. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
I mean,
that was actually, I think that was the day of that crazy Blues and Blackhawks
Blackhawks game. There's been a lot of stuff. I've been really enjoying staying up and watching. And the Rangers, even the games have been entertaining. I look forward to 3-on-3 overtime. And then you had this
live
story
for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
From this point of view, it's been a story. I've had a great 2 weeks on In the Craze. I think I've been kicking some ass. Putting out decent content, and basically the content's going to be good based on what's going on in the league. So I think things have really turned around. I know the Winter Classic got a bad rating, but it was just funny to watch the Bruins get beat like that. I don't know. And I know Deb's really you watch every
that
game.
That game was just a pure sexual assault.
Yeah, I know. was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Hey, Deb, you're not bored at all. You think this season's been great, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, no, for the most part, it's been really good.
Yeah, I know. And then, the Patrick Kane going on a tear thing is good.
Giving all that the finger.
Hawks winning 12 in a row is big because that means they're back in playoff form.
Well, yeah, I didn't even expect that. That was
I didn't
crazy.
expect that either. I always knew it was possible because I knew the team had the talent. It's a matter of actually, having those guys click that haven't played with each other before. And you guys lost Brendan Saad, but Brendan Saad is happy.
Don't talk to me about him.
You really loved him, huh?
Yeah.
Because he looks like Matt.
No, because he was really good on that first line.
Yeah, well, now you got what his name, Tamarin or whatever his name is.
Aaron Panera Bread.
Panarin.
Yeah, he's not too bad either.
Oh no, he's really good.
Yeah. Didn't Dave said he was gonna have 30 goals this year, and then Pure called up and said, "Get the hell out of town." Was that the guy? I'm finishing. I'm not that biased. He said. That was good stuff. That was really funny. All right, I'm gonna goof on Jeff in his video. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, well, I got one more thing to say.
Sure. Go ahead. Right ahead.
That last game before the All-Star break versus the Hurricanes, Taves,
Yes.
he was sick because he didn't play for that whole third period. So
he was dead. So you don't think he's tanking this? I don't believe that either. He's the
oh
captain.
no, he's
no.
really sick.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. Nobody believes that I'm sure he's sick. And he was so cool last year. That's the only bad thing about this year is no draft because you get to see the players get drunk and act silly.
Yeah, exactly. That's like what I'm most bummed about. I was like, dang
They
it.
could still do it in theory. Just name 3 captains and they draft out of a pool and name it Team Taze, Team Taze, Team Scott, Team Yager. And they could draft. They could actually still do it instead of doing this stupid press thing today. It's not impossible
Yeah,
they
exactly.
could change it again next
But
year.
remember, keep in mind,
What's
the
that?
The NHL board is stupid.
Ugh, yeah. Well, I think a lot of people are going to watch this year. What do you think if we did a pregame show for both shows the next 2 days? What do you think of that, Debbie? We'll go on just before the skills competition comes on, and then we'll come on afterwards.
Well, when does the skills competition start tomorrow?
Tell you right now. It's
7 Eastern, I think.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I could do that. Laura's not here. That's 1 o'clock in the morning. So I just got to go on at midnight. I could go on at midnight. You guys would go on at 6 o'clock. We start this at 6 o'clock. Could do one before and after.
I mean, I could do that.
Yeah. Well, you think it's too much? I'm asking you as a fan. Like, is it too much to do that? Should I just do a skills competition before? Or like the NHL game I'm doing, because that's 11 p.m. my team. So I'm going on.
Go ahead and do it. You might get a nice 6-to-1 ratio of dislikes to likes. Get 13,000 views.
Yeah, good. You really could. It's a good point. Oh,
well,
man.
well, don't ask me because I like all your content, so I'll
you're
just
a
watch
sweetheart.
it anyway.
Oh, man. You make my heart melt. Your heart melts. Well, not every...
You
Debbie.
have competition now.
Who?
Germinator was like flirting with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I can't even compete with... He's French. He's going to say
Canada's
romantic
going to
things.
engage in their first war, it looks like.
You know, Debbie, I know a lot about a beautiful black woman.
Tommy's going to come in showing some opposition and then do what the French always do and wave the white flag instantly.
Oh, no, I was just thinking about kicking him
easy.
in the balls and running away.
Oh, Tommy, that reminds me.
What's that?
Sounds like the French way to do.
Poor
My
French.
first date with the dude I was talking to you about.
Oh, yeah,
Bro
how'd that
kicked
go? How'd that go?
He bro kicked you.
Because he was Irish. You don't get that because you don't watch wrestling. He bro kicked you. But go ahead, Deb.
Well, it was kind of awful.
Oh, what happened? Did he treat you bad?
Well, like the beginning was fine, but then when we wanted to go somewhere else, he started just going off on me on the phone. Like, I guess he was frustrated, but he took it out on me, so he was acting like an asshole.
Whoa,
Are you trying to make him go outside?
Whoa. How was he? You went out once, and then you called him again, and then he went off on you? Explain this to me again. This is
No. Like our date, we went to lunch, and then he wanted to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, we could go to the park or something. And
That's
he was
cool.
like, sure. So I was like, okay, well, I'll meet you there since he has his iPhone with his maps and stuff. And I guess something went wrong.
Like with his maps?
Yeah, like it wasn't working, so he got frustrated or something like that. I don't know. And he like I called him and because I was already there, and I
So
was like, "Where
he
are
couldn't
you?"
work his
And
stupid phone,
he's
so he decided to yell at the girl because his phone didn't work. That's what you're
yeah, like
Ah.
he just ran off on this asshole tangent, and he was like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm going. Blah blah blah. See you. Blah blah." And I was like, "Okay."
Has he called you back since? I bet he will.
No. I texted him, and I was like,
We're done.
"Well, you need to apologize first,
Oh
because I
yeah.
can't stand for that."
He's a Texas guy doing that to you? I mean, look, for way you yell at a girl in Texas, people are gonna say, "Hey, why don't you calm down, son?" I mean, I've seen that like in the army of Texas guys. You don't talk to women that way. Period.
Well, no, yeah, he's from Dallas, so yeah.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, it is really weird.
It's
He
not
hasn't
your
texted
fault.
me back or anything, so I guess we're over.
I
But
bet
I
he
was
will.
like,
I bet he will.
wow,
I bet if he just took it out on you. By the way, I'm Dr. Tommy, by the way. If he just took it out on you because you were the person to take it out on, he's probably going to call you back because he probably didn't mean it. Here's the thing. You cannot go back out with him. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in love with you, all right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that as a friend. You can't go back out with him because people that have those tendencies, right? This is just a problem I've never had in my life. If I'm pissed off at work, I'm not going to yell at the person in front of me. I might be more agitated. Like if I'm coming home trying to do something and pissed off at something at work and my wife comes to me, "Can you help me with this?" Like, "I'm doing something now," right? But to lecture you, that's a bad sign. And you should not go back out with that guy. No
well, I know I'm
way.
thinking I might not now because he hasn't even texted me, and it's been like a week. So,
Well, I'm sorry. You know what I would have done
like,
if
I'm over it already. It's just so weird. What
you
a
know,
weird date.
it's just, yeah, they happen. It's called being in your 20s. You know what I would have done if I took you to park? I would have held your
What?
hand. I would have held your hand.
Make
I
sure
would have
there's no
pointed.
cops around.
I would have held your hand. I would have I would have told you about some really great book that I was reading and how interested I was in my college professor. Then I would have pointed to the beautiful swan that's in the lake, and isn't that wonderful? And then slowly I would have grabbed your other hand very gently, and I wouldn't have moved in for the big, sloppy. I would have kissed you lightly on the cheek, and I would have told you, "You know what, Debbie, you are really beautiful." And I know we just met. But I feel like I've known you for a long time.
Okay, Tommy.
Would that have
Well,
worked?
that's
Just tell me if
fine.
it worked.
Well,
And then I would
it'll be
say,
hell lot better than my date.
yeah. And then I would say, "Could you please fix my Google Apps maps bit?"
Yeah.
All right, Deb. It's good talking to you. Really, really good phone call.
Okay.
Take
Yeah.
care, kiddo.
Right.
She's the best.
Yes,
She's
she
the
is.
best. She's
I
the best.
gotta go here. Gotta go to work. Gotta make money to pay for college. But
All right, buddy.
Wrap up the. I'll wrap up the Wideman thing here.
Sure,
I
go
completely
ahead. Go
get
right ahead.
both. I completely get both sides. You can easily make the case for either argument, whether he's innocent or guilty. Me being a former player and being dazed by a hit, I know what he possibly could have felt. You can't see anything, and when you wake up, you got something big flying right in your face. Your natural instinct, my bet, is going to be you're going to throw your arms up to defend yourself.
Absolutely.
That's where I lie right now. And, like you were saying, you got in touch with Matthew Barnaby,
Mm-hmm.
and, he's in the same boat as well. And it seems like a lot of athletes are kind of taking the side that Wideman's innocent. And with having no suspension history in the past that we can find, any discipline issues with Wideman in the past,
Yeah.
I mean, it just adds to his case that he's innocent.
The thing that creates things, I believe he's innocent too, is you can come to both conclusions, and I'll give you that. But this not taking a second look. Frilly Puck, somebody I really respect on Twitter, she goes after everybody. She is the call-out queen when it comes to hockey SJWs.
Hate to cut you off real quick.
All right, you got to
go. So go to my video and let's bring that like.
Yeah. Go to Jeff's video. I will pop it right now. I'm gonna give it a big pop right now.
You're fine.
Thanks, brother,
It's
man.
hilarious.
I'll talk to you later. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.
Mr. Jeff the Huffman. Make sure you go check out his video. I'm sorry, I could have kept him on all day because we're having a lot of fun over here. Great call from Debbie. But let's take a look at what he was. Let's look at if you guys could go in and give him a bunch of likes and bring it up a little bit. In fact, let's start right now. Oh, Dennis Wideman checks cross on Grand Slam 87 Grand Slam, of course. The great Jeff the Huffman. I'll take more calls if you want to. If you guys are out there, I don't have a super big audience today, but I think we had a really, really good show. We had an interesting personal story, and we got to talk about the NHL All-Star Game. And speaking of the NHL All-Star Game, I'm going to give you times again. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the skills competition on Saturday. That includes fastest skater, breakaway channel, shooting accuracy, skills challenge relay, which is probably the hardest event. It's not hardest shot and shootout. Hardest shot's always fun for me, even though they just hit it really hard. But I don't know, just seeing that number flash to 100 just gives me a big boner. It does. I like it. I'm just simple that way. Big Neanderthal, knuckle dragger. The NHL All-Star Game is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 teams will play 3-on-3 for 20 minutes. This is something we didn't get into with Jeff. And the other 2 teams will do the same. I imagine it's going to be the Metropolitan versus Central and the Pacific versus, you know what I mean. You watch enough hockey. You're watching this. You're a hardcore fan. And then they will play a 20-minute game. Another team will do the same. The winners will meet each other. So we're only getting 2 periods for a $1 million prize. If I remember correctly, the National Hockey League upped the money in 1994. 1994, it was a high-scoring game. It was a very good game, back and forth. Mike Richter won the MVP. Rangers went on to win the Stanley Cup that year. The greatest year of my life, junior year in high school. It's the greatest. I don't care what you say. I don't care how many cups you won. It's the greatest. Devils win 3 cups. Nobody cares. Rangers win 1. 90 forever. 90 forever. All right, I'm done popping the Rangers. I'm wearing a Red Wings jersey, and I'm popping the Rangers. Jerem's calling again. All right. Hold on a second. This might be. Hey, you making moves with my girl?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What's the matter with you? Call me. You're not allowed to call twice. But the only reason I let you on is because you're making moves with my girl.
Oh man, because she's beautiful and she talk hockey. She's the girl of my dream. She's for me, and I'm her man.
Oh man.
And I'm available.
You're single too.
Yeah.
I will take you all over Montreal.
Hey, seriously, Tommy. Sure, you know what? I will talk about the All-Star Game positively and John Scott positively. Okay. I really, really, really hope he's gonna have the time of his life. Yeah. That's the best thing that could happen for him, and I think it will. I mean, just look when he arrived and all the people wanted their autograph. I mean, that was cool. It was cool. I mean, honestly, it was cool. Even if I don't care about the game, was really cool. And that's what it's all about this weekend.
This is why I like when you call him in, because, if there's nothing else in this game, we can all get behind Scott, and I think everybody can find a little bit of John Scott in themselves if they ever wanted something really bad. But, I mean, look, most of us pick up Stanley Cups when we were kids and we pretend to hold them over our head. I imagine he did too, being a Canadian kid. And
yeah, exactly.
He got as close as a sniff. There was a point in John Scott's life where he knew he was never going to an NHL All-Star game. So he probably long accepted this. And there's no other reason to watch this. It's just because how much fun it is. And here's another thing. It couldn't be a better guy. This guy's not a jerk in the locker room. Players really like him.
Oh, not at all.
No, people like him. He's a good Canadian kid.
Who tweet the message saying I will do exactly what my captain will say. I mean, that was fucking funny. I mean,
yeah, it's good stuff.
Once again, this is what it's all about. I mean, I hope the other player will do the same thing. Just play with it. Why not? If
it's truly about the fans, this is a fan on skates in a lot of ways. Exactly. This it couldn't be any better. How dare the NHL treat him like this? And how stupid they are not to have the foresight of what this meant. I mean, Pierre thought it was crazy at first. And by the way, I'm not jumping on people that say, all right, this is not the intention of the All-Star Game. I don't like Scott there for that reason. Okay, I can respect that. I disagree with you because it's just a dumb game. But, all right, Matt feels that way. Matt feels that one particular skill fighting should not be a part of the All-Star Game. I disagree. That's a fair disagreement. But they don't have any foresight. They have nothing. They can't. It's, hockey, and maybe it's a good thing. Hockey's never going to be big. It's never going to be big. They have too many bad people that aren't bright and can't see the big picture. That's the bottom line. That they don't have it. That sucks. All right, buddy. I think I'm going to get moving. Oh, actually, I got Pure on. I'm going to take a quick call from him, and then I'm going to end this. All right, I'll talk to you later, buddy. Take care. Yeah. All right. That was Mr. 2 calls. I never allow 2 calls. I never because, I don't know, it's just not my bag. Pure and Finland. Hey, listen, I'm going to end it soon. What do you got for me?
Did you hear the latest news? Alexei Kovalev said that he would like to return to the NHL.
This is the second time I'm hearing this year, and that's funny.
Yeah, Is it? I believe the last one was last year, but
yes.
Anyway, is he going to return? Is he not? I'm not sure. When was the last time he played?
2013
was
for
it
the Florida Panthers. Pretty good, huh?
Also, it's not that long.
No,
it's not that long.
He's 43, bud. I loved his hands. He had dirty. He was probably my second favorite player to Messier when I was a kid. I met him too. He's a great guy. I met him when he could barely speak English. You want to hear an Alexei Kovalev story?
He actually played in the Swiss League in 2014.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, I ain't the NHL. I mean, the Swiss can't even produce more than 5 players in the whole NHL. The entire country of Switzerland. I don't know. Do you really want him? Do you want him back? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'd like to have him, but
you really? Oh, so you're a big fan like me. I think
Pure,
and someday you're gonna have to do this with Patrick Kane, and it seems so far away, and it is. We gotta let our heroes go sometimes, and they gotta say goodbye and go away gracefully. Look, the guy's older than me. Anybody that's older than me in the National Hockey League warms my heart. But it's dangerous, and we never quite see, even for the most time, a flash of what we want to see or we think, we're paying for.
Wants to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm sympathetic. I loved watching his.
He wants to go to the Last Crusade.
Yeah. Well, if he makes it, he makes it. I mean, it's up to him, but sometimes it's better just to say goodbye. The AK-27.
Yeah, it's his decision.
You want me to tell you my story about Alexei Kovalev when I met him? Do you want to hear it? No? Hello?
Okay, you can tell me the story about
It's a good story. It's like a hockey history story. Here it is.
I said okay.
Okay. All right. I was in Madison Square Garden, and what we used to do is you go to the side of Madison Square Garden because some of the players came out, right? It was never Messier or Leach or the really big guys. I guess they found a secret Batman escape route of themselves. So one time Alexei Kovalev comes out, and Alexei was young. He was probably only about 19 or 20 at the time. And he was signing everybody's autograph. I mean, even if he had his foot out the door, he was smiling and laughing, and he didn't speak a goddamn word of English, and it was funny, right? So Alexei goes across the street to his car, and then people continue to get autographs. I look behind me, and I hear this weird, disgusting, grinding sound. And this over and over. What the hell is that? I don't know what kind of car it was because I don't know anything about cars. I'm just like, I'm a weird guy like that. I don't know a nice car. It was probably, it's probably some kind of like super sports car or something like that. It's Alexei Kovalev attempting to drive in the middle of Manhattan, and he's never obviously learned how to drive stick. Somebody points, he goes, "That's Alex Kovalev over there." And he rolls down the window because he doesn't speak any English, and he sees everybody just kind of stare at him because he can't drive stick, right? And it's going, eek, eek, eek. And he rolls down the window, he goes, ah! And he rolls up the window and then does that whole thing right down the street, right through Midtown. It was one of the funniest things I ever saw in my life. Are you impressed by that story, Pierre? We had this foreign guy going, "Hey, look at me! I can't drive this thing. It's worth about $300,000, but what do I care?" That's my Alexei Kovalev story. Now his English is really good. His English is actually really good.
Only 19 and 21.
Yeah, I was big and stupid too at that age, and you will be too. Wait till some girl falls for you.
Yeah, pretty surprisingly good.
You're gonna have chicks all over you. You know what you really should do? You should move to the States. European guy like you, real blonde, fair guy.
I know that, and I fucking want.
Oh, really? Is that the move you're making?
Fucking dream.
You are smart. Maybe go to Canada. Girls are better looking in Canada, by the way. Girls are much better.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, unless you're going to a major city, go to Canada. Yeah, Vancouver. That's where the hot chicks are. All right, Pierre. Thanks for calling in, buddy. Big news update.
Just going to do my. Goodbye.
All right, brother. You take care. That's Pure Postinen. Follow him on Twitter. He's the man. He's the myth. He is the legend. And he didn't think too much of my Alexei Kovalev story, which I don't understand because it was the funniest damn thing I ever seen. Maybe I didn't tell it right, but watching that friggin' guy worth a couple $1 million drive that car like that was just it's too funny. It's good stuff. It was really, really good stuff. All right. Tomorrow in the National Hockey League, it's the NHL All-Star Game coming to you from Nashville. Expect a lot of country, Music. And I got news for you. A lot of those Canadians, they like that country music. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Skills competition. And then on Sunday, the big game, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. It's going to be 2 periods. Actually, we're going to get 4 periods of hockey, come to think of it. A tournament. The 2 divisions in the East, the 2 divisions in the West, and they finish it off. 1 period, 20 minutes, 3-on-3 hockey. First time ever. You excited? I'm excited. I'm ready to do this. Do this. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy your All-Star weekend. Please stick around. I'm going to make some announcements about what we're doing with the All-Star game and what kind of shows. We're going to have pre-game shows and post-game shows. And you tell, especially, definitely for things, but I'll be making the whole schedule and putting it up really, really soon. Thank you very much, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow, at least, with the video, and then we're going live. Stay tuned for the schedule. Get out of my crease! Come on!